And this is a short list. I found out a few weeks ago that a fellow who many of you may not even know, in fact, probably most of you won't, well, Jim Taylor is his name. He owned a company called Ernell Taylor, and up until the late 80s was a regular fixture in the show with a sort of a booth that was made into a store. And it was kind of picturesque at the time, but I was a great supporter of WRA and continued to do that after he retired or sold his business. So I wanted to hold him in our thoughts. And also Hans Weisgerber Sr. passed away. He was 100 years old. And he was the founder of the Weisgerber restaurants. The Golden Master was the flagship. Wonderful guy. I was privileged to know him and get to meet him many times. And he had a memory that was sharp as a tack. He had his 100th birthday last July, and I think it was July, and we were fortunate to be invited to the event with I think a couple thousand other people. But it was, but he knew who I was, 100 years old, and he was actually, the word pounding down a beer comes to mind. So he was true to his tradition. And he passed away in October, I believe it was, and had a very small funeral because he wanted to have his birthday when he could witness everybody coming as the event for him. So it was kind of cool. So I want to hold him in his thoughts too, a great restaurateur, and started a proud tradition in the state with some really neat restaurants. And they're down to the 4th generation now of Hans's. So that's kind of cool too. So let's hold him in our thoughts for a second here. Now, in the past, I've always started this off before we eat with an invocation, but I come from a tradition where it's okay to have a few thoughts after dinner too. So I'm going to take just a second here and remind us that this has been fun tonight already. We're out having a few cocktails and some nice hors d'oeuvres, and the station concept here is I enjoy it personally very well, and food's good. But what's really good about it is we're all here together. We join together as an industry on a night like this, and we should celebrate each other in the business we're in and the good that we do that you all do for your customers. Many become friends. When you're actually serving people, one of the things I've always loved about this industry is you make people smile. You don't know, some people you do know why they're there, celebrate a birthday or something like that. A lot of people just come in, you don't know why they're there. But your service, your dedication to service, the quality of what you do, and you just give people a chance to relax, to go through whatever they're going through, to make their stay pleasant. And if you can make them smile, or at least have warm thoughts, they'll be back forever. And I think that's the reason people go out to eat today, because this industry has become part of their life. And they expect a certain ambience, and the industry overwhelmingly delivers it, regardless of what kind of restaurant it is. I could tell stories, but they will pull the hook. There's a trap door here, so I'm not going to do that. But I think there's a lot of things to be thankful for, and I'm personally thankful to know all of you and to be with you here tonight. And so let's just think for a minute and call ourselves in the presence of our Creator and just think about where we are and give some thanks. God, we thank you for bringing us together and joining us in opportunity to meet new people or renew old friendships. We ask you to bless each of us, and our conversation tonight be warm and friendly, and our celebration be successful. And we ask you to bless each of us in our journeys forward, and bless this food that remind us how much you care for us, and strengthen us for our service to you, which is our service to each other. And send us your Spirit to over us to protect us and go within our hearts, that all who see us may see your love in our actions towards each other and everyone we meet today and every day. Amen. Now, please join me in welcoming your Wisconsin Restaurant Association Chair of the Board, Gene Launderman from Launderman's Family Restaurant in Kaukauna. Second night in a row, I have a special request for somebody I forgot. Actually, a dear friend. I'm sorry about this. Apologize. Nobody knows, but it was Terry Bolin was a member of our board. Had the Summertime Restaurant in Door County in Fish Creek. He led the most successful board-driven membership drive in the history of the association. His heart was always in the right place. It was not his first occupation. He was a builder, an engineer, and things like that in the past, but he loved the industry, he loved the people, and I remember him as well. So God bless.
Good evening. First of all, I would like to thank Ada Lara Timke for inviting me to be on the executive committee when she was chair of the board. Thank you, Ada. It is WRA tradition that each chair appoints a new leader to the WRA Board Executive Committee. I am very excited to announce my appointee is Chris Larson from Beckett's in Oshkosh. Once you are appointed to the executive committee, you work your way up to the chair position. I am very excited for the leadership Chris will bring to the association. Each chair chooses an area of emphasis or platform of work for their year. My platform is get involved. I realize I'm preaching to the choir. You are in this room, so you are involved. Chapter events and meetings are the perfect opportunity to network, brainstorm with industry leaders, and tell your story and voice your opinion. I encourage you to invite a non-active member to one of our great state or chapter events, like the Southern or Northern Shoots, golf outings, the caucus dinner, Slam-a-Salmon, President's Day Bowl, or the chapter challenge, just to name a few. I have created a task force that will tackle how to get more WRA members engaged. Not only will they look at getting more folks networking events, but they will look to the future to make sure WRA engages members in other ways as well, meeting the needs of our ever-changing industry. The greater our number, the louder our voice, and the bigger our impact is to support education and advocacy. As a member of the Wisconsin Restaurant Association, they provide many tools to help you and your business become successful. WRA provides the venue for interaction with fellow WRA members. I would like to close with the definition of hospitality: the friendly and generous reception and entertainment of guests, visitors, or strangers, the activity of providing food, drink, etc., for people who are guests or customers of an organization. Involvement in WRA is hospitality. Thank you, and we will see you and a few of your friends at the next WRA event. I would now like to thank the 2018 Midwest Food Service Expo Chair, Brian Ward, from Ward's House of Prime in Milwaukee.
Thank you. I'd like to first thank Chico for getting me involved and getting me to volunteer. It was a learning experience, but it was a lot of fun. I'd also like to thank the WRA board, the education board, all the volunteers, and staff that have put together a great show this year. If we can give them a round of applause. Thank you very much.
And now I would like to present Al Pantel, a very special pin and plaque for completing 10 years of service on the WRA Board of Directors. And next, I would like to ask Eric Bolter to come up and receive his supplier partner plaque for fulfilling his 4-year term on the WRA Board of Directors.
We got to do the official handshake. All right. Thank you.
All right, so now please welcome Russ Tronson from Badger High School in Lake Geneva, your WRA Education Foundation Chair of the Board.
Thank you very much. I'd like to call your attention to the Awards Gala program. Recognized here are sponsors of the WRA and its Education Foundation. These generous sponsors are vital to our organization and industry. They show their dedication by supporting our ongoing mission to promote education, professionalism, and the advancement of the Wisconsin food service industry. We would like to recognize and thank all our sponsors listed. You are all very important to us. Now please turn your attention to the screens to thank those sponsors that are able to support us at the $10,000 and above level. Here are the WRA $10,000 and above supporters in alphabetical order. Please hold your applause until the entire list is read. EWH Small Business Accounting, Reinhardt Food Service, Society Insurance, and the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board. Let's give our WRA supporters a big round of applause. And now, here are the WRA Education Foundation $10,000 and above supporters. Culver's Foundation, Gordon Food Service, Society Insurance, Torquay Family Coffee Roasters, and Wisconsin Wine and Spirits Institute. Let's give our Education Foundation supporters a round of applause. The annual awards gala is a very important fundraiser for the Education Foundation. Proceeds from this event support administration and scholarships for educational programs and ProStart. And now, these are the sponsors who have made tonight's event possible. Tonight's gold level sponsor is Society Insurance. Along with Society being a gold level sponsor, they are the photo booth sponsor as well. If you haven't already, please visit the photo booth before the end of the evening. In honor of Society's 35-year partnership with WRA, they are sponsoring a special dessert presentation this evening. The silver level sponsors are Heartland Payment Systems, Monk's Bar and Grill, and U.S. Foods for our strolling dinner donation. The bronze level sponsors are Marcus Hotel and Resorts with double bronze level sponsorship, Baker Tilly, the Bartolotta Restaurants, Culver's Foundation, United Healthcare, Wentz on the Lake, WRA Milwaukee Chapter. Many of your tables tonight are also sponsored by Friends of the Education Foundation, including Breakbush Brothers, Culver's of Wausau, EWH Small Business Accounting, Gordon Food Service, Rocky Rococo Restaurants, That's Amore, Visit Milwaukee, Volrath Company, WRA Big Four Chapter, WRA West Wisconsin Chapter. As WRA Education Foundation Chair, I want to thank you for your sponsorship. We couldn't do it without you. Now I would like to ask Jean, your WRA Chair, to return to the podium.
All right. It is my great pleasure to honor our chapter Outstanding Restaurant Tours of the Year from around the state. The Chapter WRA Award is bestowed upon the honoree by his and her peers. It is awarded for outstanding dedication and accomplishment in the food service industry and for outstanding contributions made as active members of their community and the Wisconsin Restaurant Association. From the South Central Chapter, Tom and Jane Heller from Monk's Bar and Grill. From the Milwaukee chapter, Omar Sheikh from Surge Restaurant Group. And from the Big Four chapter, Lisa Natrup from the Prime Steer Supper Club in Kaukauna. Ladies and gentlemen, let's show our appreciation for the 2018 Chapter Outstanding Restaurants Hyatt staff. They will now serve dessert and coffee. For our program, will continue in 10 minutes.
We're actually going to present an award here. WRA has had the pleasure of having a 35-year partnership with Society Insurance, almost as long as I've been here. And why do we put that sentence in there exactly? Society sets the standard for service to our industry, setting the bar high, and they really have. Tremendous service. I think somewhere in the neighborhood of a third of our members use their products. Society has supported numerous WRA Education Foundation programs and events throughout the years, and we are forever grateful. I'm going to ask Kevin Wondra to come up, representing Society Insurance, and we have a little award, token of our appreciation, if I don't drop it. We're having a little chatty conversation up here. This is engraved to Society. Congratulate him, and it's a dish they can welcome guests with candy, I think.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Ed. I have to be honest, I feel as if I'm not deserving to accept this award tonight. Frankly, 35 years ago, my only knowledge of the restaurant industry was knowing that my Happy Meal options were a cheeseburger or chicken McNuggets. But 35 years ago, something pretty special happened for our organization, and there are two people that I do want to really recognize tonight. The first is a gentleman named Perry Shack. Perry was with our organization for 38 years. He retired 6 years ago, but he was a part of that first conversation with the WRA to put together a program, a special program that is exclusive for the members of this organization. And at that time, our company wasn't protecting the restaurant industry. We were doing all kinds of other things. And at Perry's retirement 6 years ago, I went up to him and I said, Perry, I want to say thank you for starting this partnership with the Wisconsin Restaurant Association, because without it, we would have not grown as a company. And at the time, I was there at the company 13 years, I probably wouldn't have had a job. And I said, Perry, thank you sincerely for this partnership and setting us on this course. But it takes two to tango. And that second person that I'd like to thank is right here in this room, standing behind me. Ed Lump. Without Ed and part of his vision for bringing a valuable vendor service to the organization, our company wouldn't be who we are today. The fact that we were an insurance company doing a lot of different things, this opportunity to protect the restaurant industry has actually galvanized and forged now who we are today and who we're going to be in the future. It's given us an opportunity to understand your industry and the needs that you have. And now we've had the opportunity to take this company and what we're doing here in Wisconsin to new markets and new states. And frankly, Ed, you really deserve the recognition for helping us put this together and making this happen. And I think we should all recognize Ed. I just want to say that as members of the Wisconsin Restaurant Association, this is your organization. And society is actually the same way. We are what we call a mutual company. And a mutual company means that we're owned by our policyholders. That means we, myself, my colleagues, and everybody at Society Insurance, we actually serve you. You're our bosses. You own the company. And it's very similar to how we try to, and we honor that opportunity to serve you like you serve your customers that come in and out of your restaurants day after day. So, on behalf of everybody at Society Insurance, I very humbly accept this award and thank the WRA for 35 years of protecting this industry and hopefully many, many more. Thank you.
Let's see. The next page is number 12 of 16. Just want to scare some of my people who are counting the pages. Congratulations again to Society and Kevin. Please welcome Mary Rowley to the stage. Mary is our 2016 Restaurateur of the Year awardee and Chair of the Awards Committee. Mary?
Thank you, Ed. I know I've given you a lot of gray hairs over the years. Wait, you don't have any hair? No, sorry. I know. I should have spoke last night. It really came to me later. I actually wrote a whole thing. Now I've broke the lamp, so oh well. Anyway, I'll find the right page. I really did break it. There we go. Okay, I'm here to give the 11th Annual Chapter Hero Award is being presented to Dewey Rome of Reinhardt Food Service of Shawano, also known with us as Dewey. He's receiving this award in recognition of his commitment to the Big Four chapter and an acknowledgement of the important role that chapters play in WRA's success. His service on the chapter board has broadened the scope of the chapter's mission, activities, and outreach. His leadership and consistent promotion of WRA helps encourage the involvement of others. WRA and the Big Four chapter thank him for being a dedicated and passionate volunteer who has been an important advocate for our industry. Dewey, would you please come forward?
Thank you very much. It is with great pleasure that I accept this Chapter Hero Award this evening. My journey in the food service industry began after graduating from the Culinary Arts program at Fox Valley Technical College in Appleton. I'm an active alumni member at the college where I serve on the advisory board for the Culinary Arts program and support the Cultural Cuisine Committee. While attending culinary school, I cooked at establishments as a banquet chef, line cook, and table chef. After completing the culinary program, a friend recommended a sales position in the distribution business, and that's where my journey began. I've been in the food service distribution business for 33 years. 26 of those have been with Reinhardt Food Service. One of my most rewarding aspects of my job is working directly with operators in the industry, like many of you here this evening. When I joined Reinhardt, they introduced me to the Wisconsin Restaurant Association. They told me, get involved, network, you'll meet good people. And they were right. After taking a position as a regional sales manager, I decided to join the big chapter WRA Board of Directors as a purveyor member, in which I have now served for 17 years. I enjoy working with the board members and have developed many friendships over the years. I have attended and helped organize many functions, whether it was casino nights at the American Legion, Michael's Fox Banquets, or the Grand Meridian, numerous golf outings, boat trips at the Fin and Feather in Winneconne, education nights, and the list goes on and on. Being connected with the Wisconsin Restaurant Association has made me realize the great network of support that we all have in this industry, either as an operator or as a vendor. There's so much to know, so many people to meet, so many business tools that we have available to us on upcoming trends and to understand where the WRA is there to support all of us. I look forward to continuing my work with the WRA members and supporting them in our industry. Thank you again for this recognition this evening.
Congratulations, Dewey. He does an outstanding job for Reinhardt Foods and the Big Four chapter. The Wisconsin Restaurant Association is proud to present the Award of Merit to Jennifer and Joe Bartolotta of the Bartolotta Restaurants. They embody the dedication, creativity, and passion that characterize this industry. Their willingness to share their knowledge and experience is invaluable and has made a profound influence on the development of the next generation of food service leaders. Whether a James Beard Award-winning chef or a ProStart student. In the admiration of the Bartolotta Restaurant's success and growth over the last 25 years, while consistently garnering rave reviews, acclaim, and awards for restaurants that range from casual to fine dining. In respect for their decision to find genuine and meaningful ways to collaborate when others may have been content to just write a check. In recognition of their generosity and willingness to offer both time, talent, and treasure to the WRA Education Foundation, and numerous nonprofit organizations. In appreciation of their role as ambassadors between the restaurant industry and Milwaukee Public Schools through their involvement with ProStart, which has fostered an outstanding partnership. In respect of their steadfast support of communities throughout the Milwaukee area, whether it is by providing rewarding jobs to employees, bright future to ProStart students in the classroom and beyond, or assisting charities through Carolata. In gratitude of the impact they have made as inspiring servant leaders and acknowledgement of their commitment to advancing the WRA, the Milwaukee area, and the Wisconsin's food service industry. I'd like to welcome Joe and Jennifer Bartolotta. Would you please come forward?
My wife has some prepared remarks. I, as usual, have none. I sort of wing it when I get up here. But I'm humbled and honored for everybody in this room. I know how difficult, we all know how difficult our industry is. I oftentimes wonder what drives us. It's a business that you have to really, really love to be in it. And it's given me great joy. It's given me great friendships, great relationships. And early on, I realized that I think there is a fundamental responsibility for business owners to be involved in their community and do what they can to make their community better, which in turn I think helps our businesses. So we are as philanthropic as possible, and I think we work very hard at giving back to the community. And my wife approached me one day, and she had this idea. And like a lot of my wife's ideas,
You can go ahead. What's my nickname at home?
1 in 10 Jen. But this was a good idea. She wanted to, figure out a way to engage, students in high school. And there's already a ProStart program. We get that. But this is structured a little bit differently. And she took the ball and she ran with it. She's got some prepared remarks, and I'd like to hand the mic over to Jennifer and let her elaborate on what we are all both very, very proud of.
Good evening. Come on. Good evening. Better. We'd like to begin by thanking the Wisconsin Restaurant Association and the Educational Foundation for this significant acknowledgement. We don't do this, none of us do this to get recognized, and so when you do, it's incredibly humbling and sometimes difficult to swallow, literally. But we're up here tonight because part of this award doesn't belong just to us, it belongs to the tribe of people that came together to launch the ProStart effort. And it's a large tribe of companies: the Wisconsin Restaurant Association's Educational Foundation, Milwaukee Public Schools, the Belcher companies did an amazing job. Surge Restaurant Group, Hospitality Democracy, Goodwill Industries, Potawatomi Bingo Casino, Aurora Healthcare, Color Palette, Dan, Circa 1880, Reason IQ, the Marcus Companies, the Kitchen Cabinet, PTG Live, Wolf Peach, and most recently Wisconsin Foodie for telling our story. All of who banded together under the belief that collectively we could leverage what you do each and every day and make a difference in the lives of our city's most vulnerable youth. Under the vision and with the conviction of Superintendent Driver and her entire leadership team, we launched a 2-year hospitality workforce development program, which was a pilot and affected 350 juniors and seniors at 4 MPS high schools: Vincent, James Madison, Washington, and Sherman Park, and Bayview. We leveraged the National Restaurant Association's Educational Foundation's ProStart curriculum as our foundational piece and added some salt and pepper. I can't resist the puns, right? That salt and pepper consisted of supplying each of our 4 kitchens with a robust inventory of smallwares, and our special sauce was human capital. 19 chefs, supported by the companies that I previously named, each donated 3 hours of their time every week at the same school, on the same day, in the same classroom, with the same kids. This powerful combination resulted in what happens each and every day in all of your establishments: a magical place where people coalesce over time to become a family. That place where, despite whatever dysfunction your employees face outside of work, and in our case, our kids face outside of school, they have a place where they feel like they matter and that they can make a difference. And friends, in our deepest, darkest, and most sacred spaces, we all want to matter. We all want to be heard. We all want to feel loved. This security is as elemental to our existence as the air that we breathe and the water that we drink. Another pun, the proof in our pudding. The average attendance rates at MPS for juniors and seniors hovers around 65%. Across our 4 schools, our lowest attendance last year was 80%, and our highest was 93%, which is as good as any white suburban school in the greater Milwaukee area. Grade point averages in our classes were a full 0.5 point higher for the same students in their other classes, and suspension rates in our classes were a full 50% lower than same school averages. I attribute this to success to one thing, and that's our secret sauce. By being fully present and in relationship with the human being in front of you, you make a difference. We learned in our program what you all know. You can't direct if you're not connected. This relationship phenomena, which by the way is strongly rooted in science, 60 Minutes did a piece on trauma-informed care as recently as Sunday night. These relationships afford our kids something that most of them have never enjoyed before, something that I know I take for granted far too often, which is the luxury of hope. You see, hope is a luxury. We have kids who are homeless, and if you don't know where you're going to rest your head at night, and you don't have a plan B, you don't have hope. And by being in relationship with our kids, we show them a way. We show them a path. We show them different opportunities in our world so that they have hope that coming to school becomes worthwhile and graduating that much more worthwhile. Thank you for your support of the Wisconsin Restaurant Association. That support makes this program possible. Thank you.
Congratulations, Joe and Jennifer. I mean, your speech and your words were just wonderful and inspiring, I'm sure, for all of us to hear. Right now, I'd like to welcome Steve Davis, Chair of the Foundation's Award Dinner Committee.
Good evening. We hope you've enjoyed our new format for tonight's dinner. Over the past few years, we've gotten feedback from our attendees. This year, we implemented many of those ideas to make the event fresh. Now, please join me in giving a special thanks to the Hyatt Regency Milwaukee for tonight's event. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to please turn your attention to the screens for an important message from your 2017 Wisconsin Restaurant Association Chair of the Board, Susie Patterson.
Hi, I'm Susie Patterson, owner of Al & Al Steinhaus in Sheboygan. Proud to have been your 2017 chair for the Wisconsin Restaurant Association. We have been a family-owned and operated restaurant since 1961. It was started by my mom, my dad Alphonse, Mom Dorothy, my Uncle Alois, and my Aunt Maria, so hence the Al & Al's. We are specializing in German food. The best part of working in a family-owned business in the restaurant industry for all these years are watching the generations of families grow. Being a part of the Restaurant Association for me has been the networking with friends, with board members that we have gotten to know very closely. It's a great opportunity to learn from each other, share the good things, the trials, the tribulations, everything that you can, because it's always nice to know that other folks are in the same boat you are. We can learn from each other. But there's such a big benefit to doing that, getting to know everyone and getting to know that we all share the same goals and the same problems and issues. They're just the camaraderie and friendships that you build amongst your co-restaurateurs in your area and amongst those that come from all over the state together. Summing up my year as WRA chair, I would say that it's been great. I've had a blast getting to know all the board members more closely, working with the committee that has chosen the new CEO. I have enjoyed all the events around the state, going and just having great social activities and time with everybody. I've enjoyed getting to know all the staff much better, working with them. They are extremely efficient and professional and helpful. And I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to be the 2017 chair of the Restaurant Association Board of Directors. Thank you.
Thank you. Doesn't seem like it went that fast. Holy cow. And it was an exciting and interesting year for me. I thank you so very much for for placing your faith and trust in me to serve during this most important year. Special thank you to Charlie Gray for choosing me to the Executive Committee several years ago. My task was to lead the charge to find a successor to Ed Lump, our esteemed CEO for the past 37 years. It was a big deal. So I chose 14 additional people to serve on the search committee. You should know that truly wonderful and dedicated group of people you have working for you as our board. Many of our meetings for hours and hours, and many drove many hours to attend over an 11-month period of time. Nobody complained, nobody said a word about it, and it was truly a great experience for all of us. At the end of the year, we felt we had the perfect choice to carry on the legacy of Ed to move us into the future. And I would like to take this time to thank all of them and to make sure that you all have a chance to meet Christine Hilmer, our new CEO and president of the WRA, as of April 1st. And I'm not sure where she's sitting. Oh, right here. I didn't see you. Please stand up. So everyone, this is Christine Hilmer. Thank you. So I hope you'll all take the opportunity to introduce yourself to her, welcome her to our WRA family, seek her out in the near future. I know when you meet her, I think you'll all agree we've made an excellent choice. So again, I thank the search committee for their generous sacrifice and commitment that you've all made. I did have a personal 2017 goal, and it was workforce development. We spent a fair amount of time researching all the ideas and avenues that might be of help to us as restaurateurs. I again had another great committee of board members to help in our journey to research the needs and resources available to us in our industry. So I'd like to thank them all, thank the committee that served, because that was again a lot of running around and driving and meeting, and the WRA folks, the staff, put all our resources to work and developed a new workforce development web portal. So this is on the website, the new website that we're all developing and growing, and it is full of ideas and resources. So I hope you'll each take some time to go to the WRA site, check out the new workforce development portal, and I hope you will continue to contribute your thoughts, directions, and ideas to the staff, as the workforce obviously will continue to be an issue long into our future. So thank you also to Jean, our 2018 chair, as we were travel buddies throughout the year, and a lot of support. Thank you, Jean. And I know you're in great hands for 2018. A special thanks to my friend Chico and Dawn for your support throughout my year. I'd like to thank the staff. They're truly the most supportive, all the assistance, all the direction, very professional staff, and I wish them much success in the new and exciting future of the WRA. Also, I would like to thank my family, who I've brought with me tonight, so for all their support this last year. So my mom, if you can all wave, this is your chance. Mom, my mom Dorothy, my Aunt Maria, our dear friend Jan. I have my daughter Katrina and her fiance, Nick. Laura is my right arm, as you've all heard me say many times. And of course, my best friend and husband, Paul, who you probably all know. Anyway. Thank you. Thank you very much. As those of you who have stood here and done this, you know that without all their support and that staff support, you can't even begin to do this. But it truly was great fun. So I'd like to also take the opportunity to acknowledge and show our appreciation. This might be the last time with this great big group of people, to Ed and Susan. Please stand up and take a bow. Our CEO of 37 years. Thank you so very much to Ed and to Susan. It's a team. We all know that. Thank you very much. And in the end, for my year's end, I noticed today I was the last one on the list, and all the pictures, I just made the cut. as the has-beens. So I personally wish the most success as we celebrate in the legacy of Ed and look to the future with new eyes and new ideas with Christine. Thank you very much. Almost forgot. I do have one more duty, I'm sorry. So it is now my pleasure to ask Jean and Mark Landerman to come to the podium to introduce the 2018 Restaurateur of the Year.
Really quickly, I'm going to go off script and introduce my family. I have our oldest daughter, Tammy, and her husband, Mark. Our youngest daughter, Lori, and her husband, Dan. My favorite sister, Linda, and her husband, Dave. Standing in for my mom is Tracy. The Restaurateur of the Year is selected by the winner's peers, making it a very special award. Past Roy Award recipients consider 3 criteria when making the selection. First, participation and service to the food service industry and the Wisconsin Restaurant Association. Second, success within the recipient's own food service operation. And finally, participation in the community and civic activities. Our 2018 Restaurateur of the Year exemplifies the qualities of that a Roy should have. The restaurant has loyal customers, based with appreciates and critically acclaimed food, top-notch service, and scenic location. Our 2018 Roy has been active in the chapter level, has been named Chapter Outstanding Restaurateur of the Year. Our 2018 Roy has had a consistent presence at the Restaurant Advocacy Day and the Restaurant Caucus Dinner. Has traveled to Washington, D.C. as part of the Wisconsin delegation for the NRA Public Affairs Conference and has been active for industry. Additionally, our 2018 Roy got their start as a busser, like many in our industry. Has worked towards the success of events like the WRA Southern Shoot and Slam a Salmon. The restaurant has been a Wisconsin Restaurant Association member for 20 years. Active in the community, our Roy has a state finalist for the National Restaurant Association Restaurant Neighbor Award. The WRA Education Foundation honored the Roy as a Salute to Excellent Restaurant Award. It's been described as a dynamic and forward-thinking leader who can always be counted on to advance in the industry. Since age 22, he has managed almost every type of restaurant, including family restaurant, convenience store, cafeteria operations before purchasing his own restaurant with his wife in the late 1990s.
My turn. If any of you saw us get the award last year, this is pretty emotional, so I hope I can get through it. The Roy served as WR chair and made building membership a focus of his term. As a former teacher at the technical college, the Roy is a committed proponent of education and attended the National Pro Start Invitation to cheer on his team from Wisconsin. His sense of humor puts everyone at ease, and his attitude of taking fun seriously is contagious, especially at Halloween. His golfing is extremely questionable, however. Famous for their lobster boil, fish fries, peanut butter pie, and sunset pontoon boat rides, the restaurant was voted a top 10 supper club in the state in Travel Wisconsin Supper Club Throwdown. His good nature and charm made him the ultimate host, so it's no surprise that Speaker of the House Paul Ryan is a regular customer who selected the Roy's restaurant as a venue for his 60-minute interview. His wife, son, and daughter by his side, his restaurant is a quintessential Wisconsin supper club, which even served as a set for a Department of Tourism television commercial. You may not know that he's a fledgling beekeeper, but you probably do know that he is a compassionate person who generously was demonstrated with most, whoa, we lost a page there, recently with a fundraiser he organized for a fellow restaurateur operator who suffered a stroke. It is our pleasure to announce the 2018 Restaurateur of the Year from the Buckhorn Supper Club on the shores of beautiful Lake Kenosha in Milton, Chico Pope. Congratulations. Well, see you later, buddy.
Sure. Yeah.
Who's holding the trophy?
Funny thing is at cocktail hour, he says, "Oh, you have to give that up." And I said, "It's like giving your baby to a foster parent."
Well, I hope I'm a good foster parent. The one year I decided not to wear a tie. Or as my buddy Paul would say, Chico, where's your tuxedo? Thank you. Thank you very much. As Lynn McDonough would say, I could use a drink right now. Am I on the clock, Susan? Every time I get up here, she says I'm on the clock. Thank you. We work very hard. We all do. We don't ask for any recognition. We just do what we do, and this is surely a special moment. Don't know where to begin. Again, we're a family business. I grew up in a family business, and we still maintain that now. Anything else you want to say?
I'm speechless, and I'm surprised that he's speechless because he's talks. That's his job at the restaurant. So, this is unbelievable.
No, we will cherish this award for the whole year, or for our lifetime, but we get to hold this trophy for a year. We love the industry. I called upon a lot of you to support this event that was mentioned about a fellow restaurateur had a stroke, lost his restaurant this last year. 65 years old, he's still in a nursing home. Through the help of many that I look around the room, we raised $58,000 for this family in one afternoon, so it was a tremendous amount of support from a lot of you and from the local community. But he was a restaurant owner, and that's what we do. We stick together, we support each other, and we support things that happen in our communities, and that's surely what we felt we needed to do. So, again, we're on a schedule. I know it's all I've heard all year, so pizza's on me. Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. On behalf of all of our very generous sponsors, thank you for joining us this evening. For those of you staying at the Hilton, the Skywalk will be open until 10 p.m. And like Chico just said, Calderones for pizza. Thank you.